Well, I'm coming through with this, actually doing this rather surprisingly sooner than I'd expected to be. Of course, right now here in Denver is currently 8:12, so more than likely it's going to be morning time when y'all see this. But yeah, of course the Seahawks just defeated the Los Angeles Rams. So it'll be a rematch of Super Bowl 49, which I don't know how I feel about that personally. Only way I know to say it is that I can hope that Mike McDonald doesn't do the same stupid shit that Pete Carroll did all those years ago. But we'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. Again, I'll be live for that. Been live streaming my reactions for the Super Bowl for the last 5, 6 years now, and we'll be doing it again this year, of course, even though it ain't the Broncos this time around. But doesn't mean they won't be there in the future, and they absolutely will be, but that's really neither here nor there. I just, if anything, wanted to kind of, I guess, kind of articulate my thoughts on what I actually look forward to in the off season here. First and foremost, I'm wondering what's going to wind up happening with Cortland Sutton because he's been a major disappointment this year. I mean, he's been huge in a lot of cases, but in that same vein, I don't know that I'm necessarily happy to have him stick around. I mean, I would love for him to, but not as the number one receiver. And I'm not sure that we're quite paying him as such. I don't know. Saw a post where someone had asked, do we cut or trade him? If anything, I would say trade. Don't really know what we're going to get out of that, but surely it'll be helpful. But in that same vein, I don't necessarily agree with any aspect of that simply because I think the cohesiveness will still be there. It's again just got to be with someone else as the number one receiver because Court just ain't it, at least not anymore. And then, of course, you got to think about the run game where do we bring JK back? I'm hoping so, but realistically, I could see where that ends up not being the case, especially since he didn't really last the entirety of the season. I actually see the Broncos probably looking at bringing in another running back if we don't bring him back and drafting another one as well. Because I feel like RJ Harvey will get better, but we'll just have to see. Hard to say as far as that's concerned. Don't know if Jalil will be sticking around either. I imagine Tyler Bidet is probably going to be on the practice squad. He's really a fringe practice squad player at best, really, but he actually played pretty well. We probably didn't utilize him enough, so that's to be determined as well. And then, of course, Evan Ingram, who I'm pretty sure we signed on a 4-year deal, doesn't seem to be worth that anymore. But then again, I'm not sure that Bo necessarily went to him as much as he should have. But in that same vein, it doesn't feel like Stiddy went to him nearly as much as he should have either. In fact, I don't know how we weren't going Evan Ingram's way more. I feel like that would have been a huge difference maker. I look at this and I feel like the coaching could have definitely been better than what it actually was. And one thing that I will say with certainty is that I'm hoping that Sean Payton learns his lesson from this to the point where I don't know if he gives up play calling. I'm not going to go as far as saying that needs to be necessary, but certainly needs to be taken under consideration if we're able to keep Davis Webb around. Might need to give him a shot at it. But really and truly at this point, I feel as if we're in a really good situation at this point, despite the loss today. Especially for the fact that we're coming off of the rest. the Russell Wilson dead cap hit. So we'll have nice little bit of cap space to work with in free agency. Even though it's going to be, I think, the 27 26 pick in the draft, got our first round pick, got all of our draft picks. So, as I titled the video that I posted earlier, brighter days are ahead of us, Broncos country. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And really and truly, the best part about it is that all of, if not a good majority of the defense is going to be back. The one uncertainty that I see is probably John Franklin Myers, and maybe there's a cap casualty or two here and there. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But we got a lot of guys that are still going to be on their rookie deals. Still got PS2, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper locked up, and that's always huge. Going to be real interesting to see what we do about the linebacker position, though. I don't know if I see. I don't know if I see Alex Singleton sticking around. Hopefully he does, and hopefully he does on a team-friendly deal. We'll have to wait and see where that's concerned. And of course, Drake Greenlaw is going to be a really interesting one to see, especially because much like J.K., he really wasn't there for a lot of the season as well. But when he was there, much like J.K., he gave us our money's worth and then some. Can't really deny that. But we certainly need upgrades at various positions. And I gotta say, once that happens, the rest of the league has no idea what they're in for. They really don't. But again, I just gotta say it. Hopefully, Sean Payton learns a lesson from a lot of the things that happened today. Hopefully, Will Lutz comes back bigger and better. But I wouldn't be surprised to see the Broncos trying out another kicker, maybe a younger leg. We'll see how that works out. It still sucks. I'm not quite as mad as I was at the end of the game. In fact, I'm really not even all that mad at all. I'm just actually disappointed. And as cliche as that may sound, that's really the only way I know to say that. But again, brighter days are ahead. And if nothing else, I'm looking more forward to that than anything else. Shit. I mean, 14-3, led the league in sacks. Again, we just retool a bit on offense and perhaps even at the linebacker position, particularly interior. I have a tough time believing there's much of anyone that can stop us at that point. I really don't see that. But it is football, and as I said before, anything can and will happen. But I'm trusting Bo will be back. He'll be healthier, stronger than he was this year. And of course, prognosis on his foot surgery is that he'll be back in 12 weeks. So that'll more than set him up for training camp. Easily. And he's going to come out firing on all cylinders without any doubt in my mind about that. It's just what will he have to work with going into next season, but that's going to be for us to figure out here as we get into the offseason. Congratulations to the Patriots and the Seahawks, although fuck the Patriots, all in that same vein. But yeah, that's really all I got for now. Y'all know the rest. I'm out for now. I'll see y'all later.